Hello, viewers. Today, we are going to discuss The Great Gatsby, a super famous book written by F. Scott Fitzgerald way back in 1925, that's over 100 years ago. This story is all about dreams, love, and fancy parties, and it's set in a time called the 1920s in America. It's not really a kid's book, but don't worry, I'll explain it in a fun and easy way so you can understand it. We've divided this review into different parts: the plot, the characters, the themes, and my personal thoughts. Plus, I'll share some cool lessons and fun facts at the end. So, let's jump right in.
The story happens in two made-up places near New York City called West Egg and East Egg. It's told by a guy named Nick Carraway, who's like our guide. Nick moves to West Egg and meets his neighbor, Jay Gatsby. Gatsby is a rich guy who throws huge parties at his giant house. People come dressed in fancy clothes, and there's music and dancing everywhere. But Gatsby isn't throwing these parties just for fun. He's secretly in love with a woman named Daisy Buchanan, who's Nick's cousin. He hopes she'll show up one day. Daisy is married to a guy named Tom, who's big and loud, but not very nice. A long time ago, before Gatsby went to war, he and Daisy were in love. Now, Gatsby wants her back. The story is all about whether he can make Daisy love him again, even though she's already married. Things get tricky because Tom doesn't want to lose Daisy, and there are lots of secrets. In the middle, Gatsby and Daisy start meeting up, but Tom finds out and gets mad. Then, something really sad happens. Tom's girlfriend, Myrtle, gets hit by a car and dies. The car belongs to Gatsby, but Daisy was driving it. Gatsby says it was him to protect her. After that, Myrtle's husband, George, gets so upset that he shoots Gatsby and then himself. Gatsby dies, and hardly anyone comes to his funeral, not even Daisy. Nick feels sad and leaves West Egg. It's a wild story with a big ending. Jay Gatsby is the star. He's rich, lives in a huge house, and throws amazing parties. But he's lonely inside. He grew up poor and worked hard to get money, all to win Daisy's heart. He's a big dreamer and believes he can make anything happen, even if he has to hide some secrets about his past.
Nick Carraway is the one telling us the story. He's quiet and likes watching what's going on. He's not super rich like the others, but he's honest and tries to be a good friend. Nick moves to West Egg for a fresh start and gets mixed up in Gatsby's life. Daisy Buchanan is Nick's cousin. She's beautiful, and her voice sounds like music. Everyone loves her, but she's tricky to understand. She's married to Tom but still cares about Gatsby. Daisy loves pretty things and doesn't always make brave choices. Tom Buchanan is Daisy's husband. He's strong and loud and thinks he's better than everyone because he's rich. He's mean to people, including Daisy, and he really doesn't like Gatsby. Jordan Baker is Daisy's friend. She's a golfer, super pretty, and a little sneaky because she doesn't always tell the truth. Nick likes her for a bit, but she's more about fun than being serious. There are other people too, like Myrtle Wilson, Tom's girlfriend, and George Wilson, Myrtle's husband, who make the story even more dramatic.
The Great Gatsby isn't just about parties and love. It's got big ideas that make you think. Here are some of them. Dreams can be hard. Gatsby dreams of being with Daisy and having a perfect life. He tries so hard, but his dream doesn't come true. The book shows that sometimes, even if you work your best, things don't work out. It's a little sad, but a good lesson. Money doesn't buy happiness. Everyone in the story has lots of money, but they're not happy. Tom and Daisy argue a lot, and Gatsby is lonely. It's like Fitzgerald is saying that money can't buy love or real friends. The 1920s were crazy. The story happens in the Roaring Twenties, a time when people loved parties and showing off. But some of them were hiding their problems. It's like a fun history lesson. Beautiful words. Fitzgerald writes in a way that makes everything sound pretty. He talks about a green light at Daisy's dock, which is a symbol of Gatsby's dreams. It feels magical, even if some words are fancy. I really like The Great Gatsby. Gatsby is such a cool character. He's like a superhero who never gives up. I loved how Nick tells the story, like he's a detective figuring things out. The parties sound so fun. I could imagine the music and lights. The book made me excited, but also sad. I wanted Gatsby and Daisy to be together, but I knew it wouldn't happen. The ending surprised me because Gatsby dies, and it made me think about how important real friends are. Some parts were hard to understand because it's a grown-up book. The words can be fancy, and the story jumps around a bit. The grown-up problems, like lying and cheating, might be confusing for kids. But if you read it with a teacher or parent, they can help. This book has some great lessons for us. Be happy with yourself. Gatsby tries to be someone else to impress Daisy. It's better to just be you. Friends are important. Gatsby doesn't have many real friends, and that makes him lonely. Good friends matter more than money. Dream big, but be careful. It's okay to have dreams, but don't let them make you sad if they don't happen. Scott Fitzgerald was only 29 when he wrote this book. At first, people didn't like it much, but now it's super famous. There's a movie from 2013 with Leonardo DiCaprio as Gatsby. It's really cool. So, viewers, that's The Great Gatsby. It's an awesome story about love, dreams, and what happens when people want too much. The ending is sad, but it's full of surprises. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. Not 5 because it's so sad, but still amazing. If you like adventures and mysteries, you should check it out someday. What do you think? Would you go to Gatsby's parties? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.